In recent years, sleep has become a medicalized crisis, treated primarily with addictive synthetic sedatives. Modern medicine treats sleeplessness as a pharmaceutical deficiency rather than a loss of the ancient biological compounds designed to calm the nervous system naturally. Early biblical civilizations did not struggle with the epidemic of sleeplessness we face today. They ate specific superfoods that modern sleep researchers confirm contain the precise molecules required to lower evening stress hormones and invite deep restorative rest. Right now, we walk through 8 of these forgotten biblical superfoods. Stick with us, because one of these foods was brought to a king in distress by one of Scripture's most remarkable women. Clinical researchers have since confirmed it measurably extends the deepest stage of the sleep cycle. Item 8. Lentils. David was fleeing for his life through the unforgiving wilderness when he reached a point of total physical and mental exhaustion. The 17th chapter of 2 Samuel describes him arriving in the city of Mahanaim, weary and hungry. His supporters rushed to bring him heavy bowls of lentils, along with other vital supplies. They understood that a man breaking under the weight of severe stress needed more than just calories to survive the night. Modern science reveals exactly why this specific legume was so critical for his nervous system. Lentils contain a dense concentration of pyridoxine, which is commonly known as vitamin B6. This vitamin serves as the exact metabolic building block your brain requires to synthesize the sleep hormone melatonin. Without adequate amounts of this nutrient, your brain's ability to produce the sleep hormone melatonin is significantly impaired. Sleep quality and morning alertness measurably improved in patients given a B6 supplement before bed. Perceptual and motor skills published that finding in 2018. The ancient world intuitively knew how to feed an exhausted mind. A warm bowl of lentil soup for dinner was how the ancient world signaled to the body that the day was finally over. The lentils David received that night gave his brain the building block it needed to sleep. The food that came next does not build the building block. It changes the blood itself to deliver it faster. Item 7. Goat milk. Ancient nomadic tribes relied heavily on their flocks for daily survival and physical recovery. In the 27th chapter of Proverbs, the writer promises that you will have enough goat's milk for your food and the food of your household. This was not just daytime nourishment for the workers. It was a staple of the evening meal that actively prepared the human body for sleep. Modern nutritional science has isolated a specific protein inside this milk called alpha-lactalbumin. This protein physically alters the chemistry of your blood by increasing the ratio of tryptophan in your bloodstream. That gives this sleep-inducing protein building block a measurable advantage in crossing into your brain. Once inside, it rapidly converts to the chemical messengers needed for sleep onset. Evening sleepiness and morning alertness significantly improved when alpha-lactalbumin was consumed before bed. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published that result in 2005. A warm glass of milk has always been an intuitive sleep remedy. Now we know exactly why. You can gently heat a small glass of high-quality goat milk and drink it 30 minutes before lying down. We often ignore the oldest remedies precisely because they seem too simple to be so powerful. Goat's milk changed the chemistry of the blood to carry sleep to the brain. The fruit that follows does something even more direct. It does not prepare the body for the sleep hormone. It contains the actual hormone itself. Item 6. Red grapes. The first book of Kings describes an era of unprecedented peace during the reign of King Solomon. The text says that every man dwelt safely under his vine and under his fig tree. We often read that as a beautiful metaphor for national security and domestic tranquility. What we completely miss is the profound biological reality hanging right above their heads. The skins of ancient grapes literally contained the exact chemical messenger your brain uses to turn off the waking cycle. That messenger is dietary melatonin. For decades, modern medicine believed melatonin was produced only internally by the pineal gland, the small structure deep inside your brain. Then researchers tested the skins of certain grapes and found high concentrations of the actual hormone sitting right there in the fruit. The actual sleep hormone was sitting right there in the skin of the grape. The Journal of the Science of Food and Agriculture published that finding in 2006. It meant that eating fresh grapes under the evening sky actively delivered the physical signal for sleep directly into the bloodstream. Eat a handful of dark red seeded grapes after your evening meal to harness this ancient provision. Knowing that the Creator placed our own sleep hormone directly into the fruit of the vine completely changes how you read the scriptures. The ancient fruit of the vine literally contains the human sleep hormone. If you are ready to stop fighting your evening routine, subscribe to the channel right now. You need to hear about the tree nut coming up in item 4. It delivers a direct dose of melatonin straight to your bloodstream. The fruit of the vine contains the sleep hormone itself. The next food comes from a harvest that put an entire man to sleep on the threshing floor. The grain Boaz worked all day, then lay down beside. Item 5. Barley. In the 3rd chapter of Ruth, Boaz had been winnowing barley on the threshing floor late into the evening. After eating and drinking, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of grain. He slept so soundly that he did not even wake up when Ruth approached him in the dark. The physical labor certainly helped him sleep, but the barley itself played a profound role in calming his nervous system. Barley is incredibly rich in a specialized plant compound called GABA. GABA acts as a biological brake pedal for your brain. It physically slows down rapid nerve firing and encourages an overactive mind to slow down. The time it took patients to fall asleep measurably decreased after consuming foods rich in GABA. The Journal of Nutritional Science and Vitaminology published that finding in 2011. The grain ancient farmers harvested all day was working to put them to sleep at night. You can swap your evening tea for a warm cup of roasted barley tea to signal your body that the day is over. Boaz harvested it all day, and it put him to sleep at night. The ancient world never separated those two things. The grain Boaz harvested put his mind to rest before his head touched the ground. The nut that comes next does not just calm the mind. It delivers a direct dose of the same sleep hormone the grapes contained. Item 4. Walnuts. The ancient world prized a specific tree nut as an evening restorative food long before modern science understood why. Assyrian records and early Mediterranean physicians recognized that consuming it at the close of day actively supported nighttime recovery. King Solomon cultivated these trees specifically and maintained royal nut gardens described in the 6th chapter of the Song of Solomon. The secret to this nighttime recovery lies in a specific plant fat called alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fat found in high concentrations in walnuts. This healthy fat physically reduces the internal heat and swelling that drives the inflammation linked to disrupted sleep and fragments your rest. Walnuts also deliver a direct botanical dose of melatonin straight into your bloodstream. Blood melatonin concentrations significantly increased, and sleep quality improved after eating walnuts. The journal Nutrition published that finding in 2005. Ancient physicians were prescribing a physical sleep hormone without even knowing it existed. You can eat a small handful of raw walnuts about an hour before bed. It is a simple and inexpensive way to give your brain exactly what it needs to shut down naturally. Walnuts send melatonin directly into the bloodstream. The food that follows works differently. It does not deliver a sleep signal. It protects the fuel source that keeps your brain from panicking in the middle of the night and pulling you awake. Item 3. Raw honey. The ancients prized raw honey for its incredible vitality and restorative power. The 16th chapter of Proverbs describes pleasant words as being like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Consuming a small amount of honey before bed actually protects the structure and quality of your rest. It comes down to a highly specific ratio of two natural sugars called fructose and glucose. While you sleep, your brain requires a constant supply of energy from your liver. If your liver runs out of stored energy at 3 in the morning, your body releases a stress hormone. That stress hormone wakes you up. A spoonful of raw honey measurably supports stable liver energy reserves to prevent that exact spike. Honey supports restorative sleep by ensuring adequate energy storage throughout the night. That mechanism was detailed in the medical journal Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience in 2014. You can stir 1 teaspoon of raw honey into a warm cup of herbal tea just before turning off the lights. The oldest sweetener on Earth is also a profound metabolic anchor for your nervous system. Raw honey keeps the brain fueled through the night. The food that follows takes a completely different approach. Not the fuel system, but the physical tension that keeps your body from fully letting go. Item 2. Almonds. Diplomatic gifts in the ancient Near East were chosen with immense care and strategic intention. When Jacob sent his sons to Egypt in the 43rd chapter of Genesis, he instructed them to carry the choice fruits of the land. Among the balm and the myrrh, he specifically included almonds. The ancient world valued this nutrient-dense nut as a premium restorative food for leaders carrying heavy burdens. The biological weight of the almond comes from its incredibly high concentration of a mineral called magnesium. Magnesium acts as a physical muscle relaxant for your entire body, actively supporting the wind-down process before sleep. Magnesium supplementation measurably improved sleep quality and relief from insomnia. The Journal of Research in Medical Sciences published that outcome in 2012. Keep a small jar of raw almonds on your kitchen counter. Eat 5 or 6 as part of your evening wind-down routine. A nut considered valuable enough to secure the survival of a nation is certainly powerful enough to help you sleep. Almonds lower the stress hormone before you lie down. The fruit that closes this list goes even deeper. It extends the stage of sleep where your body actually heals. One of Scripture's most remarkable women knew exactly which fruit to carry when a king was on the edge of violence. Item 1. Figs. In the 25th chapter of 1 Samuel, King David was exhausted, enraged, and marching toward a massacre. Abigail rode out to meet him with heavy provisions to stop him and calm his mind. Among the sheep and the grain, she brought 200 cakes of pressed figs. She knew this dense, ancient fruit possessed a profound ability to stabilize a distressed physical body. The power of the fig comes from a precise synergy of 2 minerals called potassium and magnesium. Working together, these minerals prevent the sudden muscle cramps and nervous system disruptions that jolt you awake in the middle of the night. This specific mineral combination measurably extends the deepest and most restorative stage of your sleep cycle. Nutrients detailed that connection in 2020. You can eat 1 or 2 dried mission figs an hour before you lie down in bed. The exact food Abigail used to physically calm an enraged king holds the precise minerals you need for a peaceful night. The 4th Psalm ends with a profound statement of trust. In peace, I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. That is the ultimate goal of a restful night, but physical safety and biological rest were always meant to be sustained by the Creator's specific agricultural provisions. They were never meant to be engineered in a laboratory. When you look at the lentils brought to David, the barley Boaz harvested, or the royal walnuts of Solomon, you see a divine design, one that was placed in the soil of the ancient world long before a single researcher thought to look for it there. Please remember that these are foods and plants with thousands of years of documented use and peer-reviewed research behind them, not medical prescriptions. The exact botanical tools designed to support our nervous systems have been waiting for us to rediscover them. Which of these biblical superfoods surprised you the most? Have you ever tried eating a spoonful of raw honey or a handful of walnuts before bed? Let me know down in the comments because I read every single one of them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on this forgotten wisdom. Click the video on your screen right now to discover the specific ancient foods that actively support your joint health from the inside out.